Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this infographic in Canva. So I'm just going to go to the home page and you go down to create a design, and at the top here in the search bar you can type in any type of paper size that you choose. So I'm simply going to type in A4 landscape, and you can see the one at the top here is the one I want. Just click on that and here I have my A4 page. So I'm firstly going to start with the shapes. So I'm going to go over to elements, and if you can't see shapes here, if you click on the search bar at the top, then the shapes will appear down here in the browse categories. So just click on shapes and you can see my square appears first here. Just click on that, and then I'm just going to turn this into a rectangle by pulling at the top here. You can see my arrow, and then I'm just going to move it over to here. Now you may have 5, 6, 7 of these boxes. So what I tend to do is to duplicate these boxes. So if I just reselect this box, you can see I've got this duplicate icon here. You can use that icon if I click on it to produce another one. Alternatively, if you select the box, hold down your Alt or Option key on your keyboard, it will do exactly the same. It's just a slightly quicker way of doing it. So I am going to now produce 5 of these, and I'm going to select them all, and then I'm just going to reduce the size of them all together until they fit along the width of my page. So you can see they just about fit. But again, if you're not happy, you can again select them all, and then you can just go to the end with this little marker and click and move them left and right, so they take up exactly the amount of space that you want on your page. Now to make sure they're all aligned, just go to position, make sure you've selected them all, and then we need to go to this horizontally evenly spaced option here and just click. Now they're all evenly spaced, and then just click any of these 3 on the left hand side so they're all nicely lined up. Now if we group them together, we can now move them as one group, and we can pop them anywhere we like on our page. Then we can click ungroup if we want to, and then we can go ahead and put in the remaining shapes. So go back to elements, again click at the top here in the search bar and go back to shapes. Now I'm going to select the triangle, and then I'm just going to move this over, reduce the size, and sometimes if you can't move them, then just deselect them and reselect them, and then you'll be able to move them. So I'm going to select to put this on the top of my box here, and you can see these little pink guides that will pop up when you've aligned them perfectly to the center, or line them up with some other object. It will give you that guideline. So once you're happy with your shape, you can adjust them all at the end, just like we did with the rectangles. Then I'm going to press down my Alt or Option key, and again I'm just going to duplicate each one for each box. Now they're a bit too tall for me, so I'm going to select them all. Come to the middle with this little marker, click, and then just bring them down. And then what I will do is I'm going to use my arrow key and move them down once, and that means you won't have a little gap. Sometimes you get a little gap between the triangle and the rectangle, so just to make sure that doesn't happen, just bring them down slightly. Then I'm going to go and select the circle, and then I'm just going to move that circle up to here, reduce the size of it, and then you can use this little icon if it appears as well. This is your move tool icon, and you can move it wherever you like. Again, the little markers will appear, and you can see I've aligned them not only with the other circles in the line but also with the rectangle below. So those guides are really helpful. However, you can select them all, go back to position, and again you can align them. They're all aligned because you can see these are greyed out here, but if they weren't, you could select one of these options here. Don't select this one because it won't necessarily line you up with the box below. It's quite important you use those guides. Alternatively, you can do it this way by selecting these items and then making sure that they're all centered. You can see they are because again it's grayed out, but you can use that center box there. Okay, so let's go back to elements and again to shapes, and we'll click this line here, and then we'll just move that to the top over here, and once again the guides will tell me when I've lined it up to the edge here, and then I'm simply going to drag it across to line up there, and you can see it's over the top of all the circles. So again, go to position, and this time we're going to go up here to this option that says to back, and it'll move that to the back, and then you have all of these exposed as they should be. Next, I'm going to go to text, so I'm going to go down to this option here. Then you can select any of these, it's completely up to you, but you can customize all of them. So I'm just going to select this one here. I'm going to put in my title. I can just reduce the size of that just to make it a little easier for me to move it around. I'm not going to get too worried about this placement at the moment because we can adjust it all at the end. But what I will do is I can go up to here and I can select a different font if I want to. Let's choose this one here. And also up here I can change the font size. I'm actually going to choose this one here, DM Sans. And then again we can line it up to the middle, or we can just leave it till later. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one because I've got all of my fonts. So deselect it, reselect it, duplicate, move that down. I'm just going to take part of this sentence out, just reduce the size. And we're going to reduce the size of this font to about 30. There we go. And then I'm going to deselect it, hold down my Alt or Option key and then duplicate. Then I'm going to go along and just change the dates. Then I'm going to put some text in the boxes. So I'm going to select this one here. And I'm just going to move that down. And then you can insert all of your text here. I'm just going to paste mine in. I'm sure you don't want to watch me type. Then I'm going to reduce the size of that text so it fits. For some reason it's duplicated it, so I'm just going to take that out. Great thing about these text boxes is they're really versatile. You can move them around any way you like, and you can also change the margins as well, so you can make it fit exactly where you want. Once again, I'm going to copy and paste this across. You'll have your own text to go in each individual box. Now you can see that they don't always line up to the middle. You can select the circle here, hold down your Shift key, and you can select all the other elements. Then you can go to center, just make sure they're all lined up. And you can do that with each individual one. So we're going to put in some more text now. So go to text and then a little body of text as well. And then this will be the title. I'm going to reduce the size of it up here and move it down here. And then we can just duplicate it as we did before. And now we can go ahead and insert the icons across the top. If we go to elements and then we can go to graphics and it says see all, just click see all. And it says search graphics at the top here. So what I will do, you can see I've searched for it before, business icons, just type that in the top here. And then if you've got the Pro version, you can select the Pro here, which is the crowns. If not, like me, you've just got the free version, then you can go ahead and select any of the ones without those crowns. So all you need to do is select one and then reduce the size of it. You can move it, and then I'm going to turn everything white in this section. So I would select all three, go to color, select white. So you can see it's not changed this one here, so we'll just go up to color here and select white. You can leave them black if you want to, it's completely up to you, but I like to change them to white. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on my icons, reduce the size of them, change the color, and then come back at the end and finish off. Okay, so now we're going to change the color of all of our boxes. So the way I choose to select my colours is I'll go onto the internet and I will look for another infographic with colours that I really like. And then all I will do is go to uploads, and then I will simply go to upload files and insert that file. You can see I've already put this file in, but all you do is go to upload files and then select from your files and click upload. So all I'm going to do is click on this box here, and then what will happen, I'll just reduce the size of this. I'm just going to move it. Then if I select everything I want the colour to change, so this ball here, hold down my shift key, the triangle and the rectangle, go up to colour, and what you'll find is you've got this section here called photo colours. It will insert the colours from that image. Now I have noticed that it doesn't insert, there's a slightly blue colour here, but it hasn't inserted that. However, it is down here, so I can go ahead and use that. So what I'm going to do is choose the purple first. Then I'm going to go ahead and select the second selection of boxes or shapes, and then I'm going to select the blue colour here. So now we've finished doing that, we can get rid of this picture here. Just hit the delete key here, or the button. Then we want to put the background on. So I'm going to go to elements, then again select at the top here, click shapes, and I'm going to go to the square again. Go to edit and go to colour, and if we just scroll down here you can see we've got a number of different gradients. I'm going to select this one here, then I'm just going to rotate the square around like this, and then I'm simply going to stretch it across my design, and then I'm going to go to position and select to back. And then if you want to, you can reduce or increase the transparency of that background depending on the look that you choose. So I'm just going to insert some white borders to the circles and these rectangles. So select all of them, holding down that shift key. Go up to this border style here. In here, I'm just going to type 3, that's the thickness of your borderline, and then go up to this icon here, colour, and I'm going to select white. And then again with the rectangles, select 1, hold down the shift key, and select all of the other rectangles. Go to border style, select 3 and press enter. Go back up to the border colour and select white. Then deselect to check that you're happy with your design. Now you've just got to be aware of where everything lies. So I'm going to select all of the bottom section here. Now when I do this, you're going to see that my background moves, which is quite irritating. So I'm just going to move it to one side just for a second. I'm going to select all of these options here, all of the elements, and I'm going to select group. I'm going to select all of these here and select group, and everything at the top here and select group. And then I can move my background into place. And then what this does mean, I can move these up or down, and I can realign them to where I would like them to be on my page. Now the great thing with Canva is if I select all of these groups by holding down my shift key and I make one big group, it does mean that I can actually resize everything without it distorting like it often does in other software programs. But it also means I can go to position, make sure it's perfectly centered, deselect, and there you have your final infographic. Once you're happy with your infographic, you can go up to share, then go to download, and then you can select the size of download you want. And here you can select the different file type that you want, and then you simply go to download. And at the bottom here, you can see it downloading. And then once it's complete, you just simply open up your downloads and select the file. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.